Yes, hello everyone and welcome to the BFNL Football Show for another week. Proudly supported by McDonald's Ballarat and Ballarat Toyota. And Nutty, thanks very much for joining us on the show once again, mate. Another big weekend at Ballarat Footy League action last weekend it was.
Certainly was, Braids, and you're looking sharp today, mate, with a new jacket on.
Yeah, BFNL looked after with a nice new jacket, mate, so it's nice and clean, which is great. So, Nutty, the first game we looked at was Ballarat and Sebastopol. Ballarat 10-17-77 defeated Sebastopol 2-13-25. Back on the winners list, Ballarat must be pleasing for I suppose the coaching staff's sake to gain some momentum coming to the finals.
Yeah, they still need to win one more game, I suppose, to secure that spot in the six. I think they will get it because Melton South got a very tough run heading into finals, but in atrocious conditions, and you can see that by 30 behinds being scored across the two sides for the weekend. It was good to get the job done and for the boys to get the win, but look, it came at a cost, a huge cost on the weekend. Obviously Shane Hutchison with that brain snap, and he's obviously been reported and suspended for 2 weeks, and Garrett Liston will miss a week as well for a striking charge. So look, they'll certainly miss those guys over the next week and 2 weeks and 1 week respectively, and they're just going to have to cover them as best they can.
Yeah, for sure. Bacchus Marsh took on East Point at Madeley Park last weekend, and Bacchus Marsh took it right up to East Point for a fair way into the game, but East Point's class showed in the last quarter and kicked away with a really good win. East Point 12-13-85 defeated Bacchus Marsh 10-8-68. It's a really important win for East Point. Still keeps their chance of finishing in the top 3 alive, Nutty, and they got some big games coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I was talking to the president of the Bacchus Marsh Footy Club, Pat Mullen, on the other night, and look, he said that a lot of their young kids have gone back to play under 18 footy because they're doing so well. They're sitting on top of the ladder undefeated at the moment. They want to obviously play in a premiership in the under 18 level, which is fine. But they've brought some guys up from the reserves footy, and they almost got the job done here against the top 6 side. It's the side that may finish third at the end of the day. So a great result for Bacchus Marsh, and obviously their progression going forward. I just want to say best of luck to Dave Callanan as well for his future endeavours in football, whether that might be. He's had a number of years at the helm at Bacchus Marsh. He's done a sensational job, and best of luck, Dave, for the future.
Yeah, for sure, and probably not a bad job to be taking on next year, under the Bacchus Marsh.
Dave Callanan,
sorry, Dave Callanan. Yeah. Not a bad job to be taking on next year. I mean, plenty of upside with Bacchus Marsh, I think, especially with the way the junior structure is.
You've got some good kids
kids coming through the system. So
I would imagine it'd be a pretty, a very attractive job for someone coming into the league, and they've got that list of young players coming through. Yeah. They're going to be a powerhouse in the future, and it'd be a really good side to coach, I would imagine.
That's exactly right. Now, Melton South took on Melton on the weekend. Melton South 16-11-107 defeated Melton 7-17-59. Matthew Sutton kicked 9 goals. He's just in sensational form at the moment, and leads the Tony Lockett equal lead of the Tony Lockett medal at the moment with Dan Jordan. So
the shootout continues.
Yeah, so for a side that's sort of struggled for wins this year to play such good footy at full forward is a great effort.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the form of these two guys heading into the finals as well has just been super. I don't know if that highlights the lack of key defenders, I suppose, that we might have in the competition. But now these two guys have kicked 20 to 30 goals each in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So these guys are on fire. And if you're playing at East Point or Melton South over the next couple of weeks, you've just got to pour a lot of attention into these two guys and trying to prevent their impact on the game, because they're having a huge say on the result. Yeah. So put a lot of work into these two guys, and you might end up going a long way to beating these two sides.
Yeah, and I think the result of the weekend only came from the Darley and North City game. Darley 9-11-65 defeated North City 6-8-44. Darley's stellar form continues, and for them to not only beat North City, but for them to beat them at the Northern Oval at Eureka Stadium was a great performance. North City are certainly a better side there than anywhere else, and for them to travel up the highway and get the points was fantastic. And their form, I don't know how they've just turned it around so much from last year. For a side that didn't win a game, they're going really well. Yeah,
look, from all reports too, like the first 3 quarters of the game, if you had to watch this game, you would have thought, North Ballarat City's got this one under control, and you would expect them to kick 1 or 2 goals in the last quarter, and they'll seal this victory. Yeah. But Darley just kept coming, and they're just showing how dangerous they actually are. And come the final series, you wouldn't want to relax for a 10-15 minute period, because you could see 5 or 6 goals put on the board against you straight away. So fantastic effort by the boys from Darley, a great win by them, and the rest of the competition is certainly standing up now and watching them. So just want to ask you, Braids, does that put paid to North Ballarat City's chances of finishing in the top 3?
I think it definitely does. I think it puts pay to their chances of probably winning the premiership.
Big game this week against Sunbury.
Obviously. It is a big game. I thought they were, the form side in the last 4 to 6 weeks, and I thought they would finish third. I thought they would win on the weekend, but they couldn't get over the line. And I think it's very hard to win it from outside the top 3. So I think that was really struggling now. I think Darley and East Point are probably ahead of them in terms of finishing top 3 now.
Yeah, that string of 4 losses that they had in the middle part of the season has really cost them, hasn't it?
I mean, they've had a great last 2 months, but that's really hurt them, as you said. And be interesting to see. I suppose I'll try and get some wins over the next couple of games, and there's still a chance to finish third, but I think they'll struggle. Probably finish 4th and possibly play either East Point or Darley. So certainly a big week. Finals week 1 is shape. I know it's a couple of weeks away, only, but shaping up to be a really good first week, especially with the next result. We're going to speak about too, Sunbury and Redan. Sunbury obviously were. Their form hasn't been super. They had a really good win the previous week, but Redan has been undefeated obviously all year. So for them to get a victory against a Redan side that's undefeated, and I reckon just for their confidence, they're going to play Redan now first week of the final. So it just shows that they can beat Redan. Yep. And I think you might have said last week that Redan has been it's roles reversed. This time last year, everyone was sort of hunting Sunbury.
Yeah.
Now everyone's hunting Redan.
Yeah.
And with that psychological difference, I reckon that probably helps Sunbury a little bit.
Yeah.
I know there's still a fair bit of pressure on Sunbury, but
but not as much as previous years though. Everyone's expected them heading into finals that that they were just going to cruise through into a grand final, and they should have won more grand finals over the last few years. Everyone knows that, but. Look, at the end of the day, they're throwing a cat amongst the pigeons with this result on the weekend. They haven't just beaten Redan, they've smashed them. They've beaten them by 8 goals. It's a magnificent win, and what this is going to do for their confidence is going to be huge. And look, they're going to be confident when they come up against Redan in the finals. But it was poor conditions, and look, everyone's saying that they should have given the advantage to Redan, but I think Redan are a better side on a dry track.
Yeah.
And if you've got blokes like Nathan Horbury, Tom Lamb, these guys running off the half back line. And you've got players obviously like Jared Edwards and Ryan Waite, and those 2 guys didn't have any impact whatsoever on the game on the weekend. Feeding it out to these guys and running the ball, that's when they're most dangerous. So, look, Sunbury, Rick Corwood and his coaching staff obviously put a lot of effort into that game on the weekend. And look, I know that they were over the moon obviously with that win, and it's great for their confidence, and it'll be interesting to see how they go against them in the first final.
And people say, Redan needed a loss. That's garbage. You can go through the season undefeated.
I think it's more dangerous for them.
I think it is too. So, flirting with your form. I know Redan have some players out, but I reckon they'd be just a little bit concerned with the loss out on the weekend. You're 22 shots to 8. I mean, regardless of where the game was played half an hour away from their home venue, which is nothing. If you can't travel in this BFL competition, you don't deserve to be up there. But look, Redan is still a side to beat. No doubt about it. They've get some players back into the side over the next couple of weeks, and they've got a chance to I suppose, to manage some players. They're on top, and they can't lose top spot.
No, that's right.
So
from all reports, Jared Edwards had no impact on the game, so clearly they've done a lot of homework. Ross Light played a fantastic game on him, shut him down, stop his influence on the game, and it has a bearing on the outcome. That's what it would say from the outside looking in.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Nani, just moving on to the Zadie's Rainbow Foundation round, promoting organ donation. I see you on the back page of the Courier today. Any chance you can stay to the media, or what's happening?
I'm trying my best, mate, but you were unavailable, unfortunately, so you couldn't get your head to Newland yesterday. But look, we caught up with Brad Sewell, obviously the star midfielder from the Hawthorn Footy Club. He contacted us a few weeks ago to ask us if we wanted to be involved in promoting Zadie's Rainbow Foundation, and this is just a small way that we can raise the issue of organ donation and get people talking about it, because it is a crucial conversation that families should have, and hopefully it improves the statistics going forward.
And the shoelaces are going to be worn by senior players?
Exactly. It's an initiative that the BFL, the Maryborough Castlemaine District Footy League and Central Highlands Footy League are all going to be a part of, and our senior footballers will be wearing the rainbow shoelaces this weekend.
Fantastic. Now, Nani, moving on to next weekend, mate, the Robbie Allen Medal. We all know it's the marquee junior presentation night. Got netball this year as well.
Yep.
650 people attending, mate. It's going to be a massive night.
It's going to be humongous, mate. The biggest one we've ever had. We had about 540 there last year, so we're going to crack 250, which is capacity. Yep. So we're turning people away at the moment, which is unbelievable. Yeah. And special guest Dane Swan, I think he's going to be very surprised at how big the night's going to be. So, good of Swanee to pop up to Ballarat for the night and have a speak to the kids.
Yeah, fantastic. Should be a great night. Now, the netball update, mate, from last weekend, mate. Some pretty big games. I think we always talk about the the Redans, the Lake Wendouree, these sort of sides. But wasn't it great to see Sebastopol record a victory, mate?
It was against Ballarat
What's
on the
going
weekend.
on there?
I don't know what happened there. Look, Sebastopol haven't looked like winning a game all year, but they played some fantastic netball on the weekend, and they got over the line against the Swannies. And it's just great to see every side now in the competition has had a victory and a loss as well. So, your sister plays for Sebastopol, and they're a very young group of girls that play across all the grades. They're a developing list, and look, this will do a lot for their confidence and obviously heading into next season.
It's great to see another win.
Yeah, fantastic win.
Eastport had a really good win over Bacchus Marsh. Bacchus Marsh's form has been just quite disappointing this year, Nunny, after a side that really showed a fair bit of promise last year.
The week before they smashed Darley, and then they come up and they put in an effort like that against East Point. I don't know how deep they're going to go into the finals this year. They might be out first week.
Melton had another good win there. They've been the surprise packet this year, no doubt about that.
Yeah, they're a good side.
Darley beat North City, and Redan 44 defeated Sunbury 35. So Sunbury actually reasonably competitive, and they'd be pleased with the way they're tracking at the moment.
Big game this weekend, Lake Wendouree versus East Point, top of the table clash. I think this is going to be the grand final preview, but I know that Redan and Melton especially, and possibly even Darley and Bacchus Marsh, I know we did say that just before, but they might have something to say about that. But look, these are certainly the two standout sides this season.
It looks to be, I reckon, Lakers are a fair bit ahead of their next rival, just because of the way their form is this year.
We might be saying something different this time next week,
we may be, wait and see. Yeah, Nutty, the football for round 17, mate, coming up. Bacchus Marsh and Ballarat. A big game, Ballarat. Need to win this one.
Danger game, especially with Hutchison and Liston in the side. They're going to have to be on their game to beat the Marsh, especially after their performance last week against East Point. Sure. I think Ballarat should still get the job done, but you never know.
Exactly. East Point and Lake Wendouree. This game's at the Eastern Oval.
It is, and the Lakers just cannot wait for the end of the season, can they? Can't come around quick enough.
Lakers actually play a lot better at the Eastern Oval. They played there against Melton at Oyster. They had a really good win. They're a side that needs to play on a dry track. They're not a big side. They're a quick side, so the body conditions at the Wendouree Reserve does not suit the style of play they play. So
rumours getting around the traps too that Scott Carey might be making a comeback for the Lakers next season.
You never know. Never know. Wait and see. Yeah, he's possibly an outside chance. Melton and Sebas, mate. Sebas. You think we'll struggle to travel down the highway and win this game? Yeah,
last time these guys met though, a few weeks ago, Sebastopol got the job done. They got the 4 points, so they'll be up and about this weekend and thinking they have a chance to beat Melton. I agree though. I think at McPherson Park, Melton should be too good.
Redan versus Melton South. Redan will get back on the winners list, you think?
Yeah, I think this will put pay to Melton South's finals aspirations. I think they'll be out of the race after this week officially, and I think Redan will get the job done.
I think Sunbury will see you later to North City's chance of finishing top 3 with a really good win on the weekend.
In a night game too, 6:15 start this one. So look, their loss last weekend has huge implications as to where they're going to finish on the ladder. They would have expected to win that game. They beat Sunbury this time last year when they went down there, so they're not without a chance. But look, the way Sunbury's playing at the moment, that win last week, they'll be full of confidence and they'll be tough to beat.
For sure. Now, the McDonald's mark and goal of the year, how are the nominations coming along?
Really good. Keep them coming in.
Marks.
A couple of marks have floated through. Jake Edwards, I reckon, is getting one a week at the moment, so he's playing some super footy. But look, if anyone else has got any marks or goals they want to send through, let us know and we'll put them on.
Definitely, mate. And the BFL Live Skills application, mate.
I mention it every week. You love this part.
Is everyone? I think most people that I speak to have actually downloaded the iPhone to their home screen. They seem to use it quite often. So
look, it's a great way to keep in touch with what's going on in the BFL. So get the app if you haven't got it.
Now, Nunny, thanks very much for joining us on the show, mate.
No problem at all, bro.
It's a pretty big week.
Huge week. It's only going to get bigger from here on out, mate. So very close to finals, and we're very excited about that.
Exactly right. Thanks very much for joining us on the BFL Football Show for another week. Proudly supported by McDonald's Ballarat. And as always, Ballarat Toyota as well. For now, it's goodbye. We look forward to you joining us next week again for another show. See you now.